Alright guys, as you may or may not have heard, I hope you've heard the news by now, but if you haven't, Dragon Ball Super is officially ending. It is 100% confirmed. The last episode will be episode 131, which will air on March 25th. As of April 1st, the time slot for Dragon Ball Super will be replaced by another anime called Kitaro. Now, this is not an April Fool's joke. They are actually preparing for the movie in December of 2018, the origin of the Saiyans movie, which we're all very excited about. But until then, there will not be a Dragon Ball Super anime. So I'm not going to go over all the details too much because I know a lot of you guys have heard this stuff already. So they're going to take all of their all-star animators and most of the staff and dump them into this movie. And the reason they're doing this, guys, is they can't work on a movie and the anime at the same time. The anime is hard enough for them to produce every single week, so much so that they have to outsource to other companies even to produce episodes, and it's just too much for them, guys. They can't work on both simultaneously. It doesn't matter how successful the series is, they need their core staff to work on the movie. Now, obviously, Toei thinks that Dragon Ball is doing so well right now that taking it off the air in order to do this movie is a wise business choice. And as of right now, it is unconfirmed if Dragon Ball Super will ever return. But let me just say this for everybody who's freaking out. From a business perspective, if you're looking at this from like sitting in an executive chair, Dragon Ball Super earned 60 billion yen in 2017. It's one of the most successful series of all time, okay, behind Gundam. They're not going to take this cash cow that is Dragon Ball, at least Dragon Ball Super, and just throw it away. Okay, they're going to keep earning money. This is company sustainability. It's a future for them. There's no way that they're going to stop producing Dragon Ball. Now, whether it's Dragon Ball Super starting next year or a brand new Dragon Ball series, that is up in the air right now. So they have multiple sources have said that Dragon Ball, it's not like the series is over, quote unquote. Multiple sources have said this, official sources. So that means that the series, they could be talking about Dragon Ball in general or Dragon Ball Super. But in my opinion, if I was working at Toei, if I was an executive, and I saw Dragon Ball Super, which is a golden egg, they're not going to stop making Dragon Ball anime. But what this does mean is that in the very best case, we're not going to have any more Dragon Ball Super until January of next year. The Dragon Ball Super manga will continue and it will catch up to the anime. So this is how Toyotaro said that the manga will eventually catch up to the anime. This is how. Now, it's going to be really interesting that in episode 131, the last episode of Dragon Ball Super, what happens? Like, if it ends on a cliffhanger, like if Jiren wins, right? And he's about to get his wish from the Super Dragon Balls and the camera zooms in on his face and then it just cuts out. Like, if it ends on a cliffhanger like that, we know it's coming back. Universe 7 is not getting erased, by the way. I mean, they're leading up to the end of DBZ. We've been told this before. So Universe 7 is not going to lose and get erased. But this could give us a hint on March 25th, this could give us a hint as to whether or not the series will continue. Super in terms of a series, not Dragon Ball in general. Also, maybe the episode before the final episode, the next episode preview, might actually explain things to us. Like, if the next episode preview, if episode 131 is leading up to the Oob arc, just like it did at the end of DBZ, that'll also, I mean, that could give us a hint that it might not be returning. So we'll have to see there. So I know what a lot of you guys are thinking is, what's going to happen to Mastar Media? And let me just say this, and I know, like, before you guys get all upset, hear me out. When I heard this news, it was actually a relief to me. It was like a huge sign of relief. And as crazy as that sounds, let me explain why. For the last 2 years straight, since I started going all out on this channel, January of 2016, I've been working 100 hours a week, nonstop, for 2 years straight. And I've been so exhausted. I've been so burnt out for the longest time, and I just keep going and keep going. People usually either make Dragon Ball videos or they animate, and there's not very many people who do both simultaneously, because each one alone is a full-time job. So I've been just absolutely killing myself to get to 1 million, which I'm about to get. I'm like 300 away. I've been sleeping 3 hours a night on average, and guys, I'm tanked. So this actually gives me an opportunity to not really follow this like strict Dragon Ball schedule, whereas like it's Sunday morning, Monday morning, spoilers, a couple videos a week. It's like I've been doing Dragon Ball videos, maybe 5 to 6 videos a week for at least a year, and on top of animating. So I mean, this will give me an opportunity to accomplish this year a lot of things that I want to accomplish. And the funny thing is, last week I made a video called Big Announcement, where I announced that I'm going to be a father, and that also that this year I wanted to focus on a little bit of a rebranding of Mastar Media and try and do some original animated concepts and not build my entire career off somebody else's work. It's really important to me, and it's my dream to be original and be known for something that might be in the theaters or on Netflix or that you can watch on your TV. That's like really my dream. And so what I wanted to do this year was take big leaps in order to get there. And in doing so, I was going to stop doing so many Dragon Ball videos and stop, doing put Anime War on hiatus. And I'm going to talk about Anime War in a second. But this is like almost like came at the perfect time, because it just like gives me an excuse to get out of my comfort zone and start challenging myself and pushing myself to make those videos that I've always wanted to make. There's a lot of content that I've always wanted to make on this channel. When I first started this channel, it was supposed to be comedy, inspiration, and animation. And then when I started animation, that's when my channel really took off. And then I saw that there's this huge community of people that love to talk about Dragon Ball, which I've been talking about for over 20 years. I mean, I grew up on this series, and it's my inspiration in life is Dragon Ball. And I saw there's this huge community of people on YouTube that talk about it, and it's amazing. And I was like, I can be a part of this. And that's pretty much, how I started out. And with the animations and the Dragon Ball videos, my channel grew like massive, which is amazing. And one of the things about that is I'm not going to stop making Dragon Ball videos. I mean, you can't stop me from talking about Dragon Ball. It's my favorite thing in life. But the amount of videos I'm going to produce a week on Dragon Ball specifically is probably going to be like 1 a week. I'll do things like videos like unanswered questions that didn't get solved in Dragon Ball Super, like my favorite moments from Dragon Ball Super, like how Super matched to Z. I'll do kind of like macro level videos like regarding all of Dragon Ball Super, like best moments and videos like that are important to me. But at the same time, I'm able to do like a lot of things, like get back into like some of the comedy. And what I want to do is I want to be that like goofy, fun animation / anime guy. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the personality that I'm going for this year. And that's one of the things that I want to give you this year is more of my personality and show more of myself. So to me, with all these factors considered, it was a huge relief to hear that Dragon Ball Super is going on a break. Well, it's ending. So we don't know if it's coming back. It's not an April Fool's joke, but more than likely there's going to be a huge break until we start getting information about the movie, and then obviously we're going to be making videos about that. And then there's a possibility for a new series next year, or the continuation of Super, as well as manga chapter reviews and things like that. I mean, there's plenty of Dragon Ball to talk about. I'm just not going to make 6 videos a week of Dragon Ball on this channel. Like this will really give me that opportunity to do a lot of the things that I've always wanted to do. And I'm a very, very creative person, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. I always push myself to be able to accomplish new things, and this is just the next step. I also am going to focus on remaking my website this year. So if there's any like amazing web developers out there that are really, really skilled and have like a nice portfolio that you can show me, like I'm looking to hire like a master web developer so I can create like a phenomenal Mastar Media website where you'll be able to commission artists for things like animated intros, logos, outros, like anything you want. You'll be able to buy animations from people, or at least commission them. And it's going to be like a really cool like portal with a community. And that's what I want to have for my website this year. And that's one of the other big projects that I wanted to do. And that's also why I wanted to do these 2 major animated concepts this year, one being the movie concept and the other one being Demon Rush, because I want to show the world that Mastar Media is capable of things outside Dragon Ball. Like while I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball and Anime War is great and everything, it's more important to me to be original than anything else. And so that's what I'm really trying to do this year. So let's talk about Anime War, because I know a lot of you guys are like probably thinking, well, Dragon Ball Super is over, but we still have Anime War. Yes and no. So I want to say Anime War is ending like Dragon Ball Super is, but it's definitely going to be on a break after episode 6 or 7. I still might split episode 6 into 2 episodes because I'm about like 12 minutes into episode 6 and I'm like, my eyes feel like they're going to explode. Like working on this thing is freaking killing me. But it's going to be such an amazing episode. You guys are going to freaking love it. But my focus this year isn't going to just be on Anime War. Like, as I've talked about all this video, I want to be original. I want to do things that are more important for my future. And also, without the padding of the Dragon Ball videos to dump that money into Anime War, I mean, I run Anime War at a huge loss. Like, if you guys don't know, I know you guys see the numbers and everything, and you probably think I'm making like millions of dollars, but I'm definitely not. My US audience is only like 10% for animations. So pretty much, without breaking YouTube's policies in terms of service, I can say that to produce Anime War, it costs 3 to 4 times as much that I earned back from it. What I was really excited about was the next episode of Anime War, the one after the stuff that I'm currently working on, because that's when I was going to introduce some amazing, that's the episode I've been waiting for this entire time. But working on this and grinding on it right now, I don't think is the best for me. If I want to start planning a future, I have to break out of the comfort zone. Comfort zone being just Anime War and Dragon Ball videos. And so that's what I'm going to do this year. I know that this news that Dragon Ball Super is over is going to be really disheartening to a lot of you guys. But I mean, I would say don't worry. Like, what this is doing is this is going to teach you guys patience. Patience that you don't like spam when is the next episode coming. Like, actually learn to appreciate things. Like, when we first got announced that like a new Dragon Ball movie was coming out and Dragon Ball Super was being released, do you guys remember that magic of like when that was announced? Like, Goku was getting a new form, a god form, like how amazing that was. Now with this break and the movie coming up, maybe it'll reteach you guys some of that patience and to just cherish what you have while you have it. And I think Dragon Ball Super came on so much, so fast. I mean, they produced so many episodes with like very minimal breaks, pretty much no breaks. And they really spoiled us with episodes. And I think it's really important for you guys to try not to take it for granted and just toss Super out. Like, we really got spoiled with this series. And I'm hoping that you guys can take that with you moving forward so that when the movie comes out or the next series or Dragon Ball Super returns, you won't be so harsh on it. To be honest, I'm really excited about what the future holds. I'm a little bit nervous because obviously my channel's not going to get as many views as I have been the last 6 months to a year, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not really too worried about that. I'm more excited about what the future holds and the ability to be the creative person that I've always wanted to be. Not to say that I haven't been creative, but this is really going to give me and my channel a lot of freedom to start branching out into some different directions. And I got to say, I'm super stoked, and I'm happy that. Well, I was going to say that I'm happy that that Toei's getting a break and that their artists are actually going to get a break, but they're not. They're probably diving right into the movie, and they have about 6 months of grinding before they get the movie out. And then maybe Jump Fiesta 2018, they will announce that Dragon Ball Super is returning. So we will see, you guys. Links are in the description if you need any confirmation of this, but it is 100% confirmed. And thank you guys for stopping by today. I'll be on the live stream. I'll be on live stream later tonight for the 1 million countdown. I'm only 333 away as I'm making this video. So that's crazy wild news. I'm going to pop some bottles on the stream, so make sure you guys don't miss it. All right, fellas. Peace.